This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so today is Wednesday, April 15, halfway through the month. And as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so we have a few things going on out there. It's a little bit slow in comparison to what we typically we've typically been seeing, but a few decent things that we have out there. And then I just found another thing to add to it real quick because I was looking at that before. All right, but let's start off with first, we're going to be looking at APDN. So make sure that you go out there and that you look for shares in this. Now, first thing, as we push into this 8 level, we actually got some pretty decent buying that came up here, towards those highs. So we're sitting in the consolidation right now. It's a bit mixed at that 7 level once we came back down into the consolidation. Now coming up to the 750, we really want to see something that's going to show us that we're going to be able to get back up, not only towards that 850, the double top, but above that 850 level. So not a huge, it's like I said, 750. Just everything I'm seeing out there again. It's just there's nothing that's that great. But if you look right here, coming into that 8 level from before, we definitely do have the buying that's up there. We just need to see a lot more coming around this 750 to really get us higher above the level. But overall, it trades 60 cents. We're going to be expecting obviously a lot more than that today, and volume is looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens, but it's definitely going to need some new buying towards those lows, because the only reason to take a stock from higher and then bring it back down would be to add, and build a position from there. And we're really just not seeing that coming in yet. Next thing looking at is CHK. So CHK is another one where you should go out there and look for shares. Now it's a little bit odd. I'm not sure how I feel about this completely, because you can see, we jumped up from pretty much nothing to all of a sudden we're all the way up at this 20 level, and it's just very, very odd from what I'm seeing, from the way that the prints have been coming in, and it's just kind of like all over the place. Yeah, okay, split reverse, there you go, makes perfect sense. So overall, definitely look for shares, but you can see 20 has a pretty decent show of hand that came into it, and they're very early too, before 8 a.m., which is very odd. So definitely going to be looking for that 20. We definitely pulled back enough from there, so going to be looking to see if we can get back up and break the 20 level. All right, now just keep in mind, when these things reverse split, sometimes they get a little nuts, and then when they start trading, it's just really, really ugly. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But as of right now, it's a pretty decent show of hand for a stock that really hasn't printed much of anything else. All right, and that's why I was so confused to test. I'm like, what the hell happened? And obviously, it has to be reverse split, but it was just just all over the place. Ugly in terms of quantity or consolidated. Really just not moving. So I guess it's really, I guess, consolidation you would call it. But sometimes when it comes into, you see a stock like this, once the market opens, the interest just dies out, and you really don't see anything start to happen. So it's just something to be ready for. If it opens up and you don't really see much happening, move on. There's not much to do there. Another thing, so let's go over to our side list, look at APHA. So this moving back up, we've seen this thing move before, in previous days. And coming up to that 450, the only thing is it's very weak, okay? But every time it came up on almost no volume, and it just could not break this 450 level. But guess what? The sellers that are here that kept pushing it back down are definitely going to start running out. And you can see we're getting some decent buying bursts there. Not anything special, that's really that great. But we come up to that 450 level. The only reason it's on the side list is because I'm a little bit worried about its trading volume coming in, and it really being able to make any type of move, just because a lot of times when you see like this, and you see this type of personality that we have going here, a lot of times they do die out and just end up coming back towards that bottom side and not really doing anything because it went up on almost nothing. But overall, if we do get a nice volume push, we have some good, decent buying there, and the sellers are definitely going to be running out based off of what we see there. HEXA, next one on our list. HEXA. Okay, can't read my handwriting. No, it says, hold on 1 second for me. All right, so we'll go to TBLT. Yeah, I don't know what's happened. Mine just, I have it written down, and it looks pretty obvious, but sometimes my handwriting gets a little bit bad, and I'm looking just from where I would have seen it from. Let's just look. Hexo, HEXO, I'm probably meant to write. Let's see if that's the case. Okay, yeah. So when I was looking at it before, it started to make this move coming back up. So, but right now I don't care about it anymore. So it was just very interesting, especially if it could get over that one before we started from the pre-market. But it's now, I'm going to take that one off. There's no reason for it ever since, it went up and just came right back down. By the time that the market opens, every 5 cents that it moves, it's going to start getting halted. So no real point there. And then that TBLT that I just found before on the top, the rapidly rising. So it's looking pretty decent. Coming in, I saw before we have it's a little bit of buying at that 150, okay? And then down here, you can see at a real nice position coming in at that 150 level. Just remember, this thing is going to move in kind of 5-10 cents increments. So this amount of buying really doesn't even show us to get to 175. So it's going to take a lot based off the personality that I could just see right now. It's going to take a lot to really get this thing going. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your actual show of hands. Now, something else that I definitely want to keep an eye on this morning is going to be Oxy. Now, Oxy broke underneath that 15 level, and it closed yesterday under that 15 level, which is very interesting because of the fact that it actually closed under and then gapped down today. Just remember, guys, we have so much selling that's underneath this, enough selling to destroy that 10 level. So definitely something that I'm going to be watching very closely. Obviously, right now, you can see the airlines are taking a hit. We have Dow coming back down to that 25. Can't really do anything until the prints there show us what it's going to be happening. And then 1225, really great selling that's coming into AAL. So the airlines are getting some high volume and some real big selling now. So definitely a lot to be looking for that. Had oil news yesterday after, yes, I saw last night I actually saw the article from it. But other than that, guys, it's a little bit slow out there, but we'll definitely, as always, we'll find a lot of great trades. UAL, obviously, I know we were looking at it before. What was that? Okay, AYT, let me take a look. UAL is another one, guys, that's been starting to trade real well. I could put this on the side list. See, JetBlue, I'm not, so I'll tell you right now, reason why I would not put JetBlue on there. Okay, and we talked about this before. Okay, is JetBlue, if I'm going to trade an airline, now if you're going to trade 4 airlines at once, that's one thing. But if I'm going to trade an airline, guys, is JetBlue going to be the one that I want to do with 94-cent range? No, absolutely not. So I wouldn't even have that up if I were you. SPCE coming along, yeah, definitely. It was a real nice trade yesterday. This isn't even a sideless stock. This is a good stock. Coming into that 18 level, you can see 1790. I like these ballsy positions right here, and then I also like the fact that we had that real nice buying all the way up here at 19 earlier this morning. So definitely like that one a lot. SPCE. Gotta look at the range. Roku had that selling under, yes. Well, 103 it had selling, I believe, but it's under it. So, it's sitting right at where the selling is. Yeah, see, the thing is that we have a bunch of stuff out there. Roku was real hot yesterday, $6.08. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. It never even fit. Yeah, definitely. We'll throw Roku on there because the puzzle didn't even fit yesterday. So that means today's range is going to be looking very, very good. Good pick, Andy. And then did I miss one? I could have sworn I saw Mariolo put something in there. BIMI. There we go. BIMI. So the BA is an everyday stock. So I don't go over really everyday stocks because I'm going to be looking for the open of the market. I'm going to be looking for cliff notes rather than I'm going to be looking for, but I'll go over in a second. But BIMI, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely a sideless stock. Just be careful if you're getting very quanti. You could already see when it started to kind of move a little bit, and when it gets its breakout, it goes right back into that quantiness. So that's just something that I'm not usually a big fan of. Now, the one thing about it is during the pre-market, it's actually not a terrible thing because it kind of shows consolidation and building within the bars there. So we can, once the market opens, we can really see it kind of move away from there. So I don't mind it too much, but definitely on sideless stock. It looks like our list getting a lot bigger this morning. ZM had huge buying, 144, 145. Yep, we talked about that in our workshop. And then BA, let me just take a look, see if anything new is coming out. I see it's tanking, but see if we have anything good in there. No, no. Unfortunately, since 8:30, just not really anything there yet. So it's got a lot of movement, but remember, does movement warrant trades? Unfortunately, not really. So we have to definitely going to need to see something coming into there. AP at 141. Aspirins at 141. All right, guys, let's get ready for our morning. We have a bigger list than we thought we did. We got a lot of stuff from yesterday, though, so we don't really have too many cliff notes. And as you guys know, that's the easiest way. I always try to start with cliff notes first because from there, it's going to make our lives that much easier. Let's make sure that we're focusing on our habits, guys, the habits that we build day in and day out. Let's make sure that we're leaving runners. Let's make sure that we're picking the right stock. We're not trading an airline that, two stocks that are moving, but one of them we're trading that has an 80-cent range and one of them that has a $5 range. All right, guys, I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.